Hello everybody, I'm Baltmatrix, and today we're taking a look at the Paranoid Stunticon Breakdown. This is the last figure in the Transformers Legacy Stunticons line. This figure was purchased over at, well, I don't remember. It was either Amazon or it was Hasbro Pulse. I think it was Hasbro Pulse. But when you're getting figures like I do, I've got like pre-orders everywhere, so I don't always remember. Anywho, this new figure is nothing more than a retool of a figure we have already looked at, and that is his buddy, Wild Rider. That's right. These two guys are virtually identical. The big changes are the top panels in the car mode and the chest and the head in robot mode. Plus, he comes with two different weapons, as opposed to Wild Rider, who comes with two guns. Breakdown comes with a spoiler and a single gun. The alt mode we have here is a weird one. Because of the change to the back of the car mode, we have what is effectively the front of a Ferrari 308 and the back of a Lamborghini Countach. Sort of. It's just an odd mishmash. It does feel like a slightly different vehicle mode than Danger Boy over here, but it's still very, very similar. I mean, even down to the wheels. The wheels are practically the same. And speaking of the gun, you can't peg it in anywhere in vehicle mode unless you remove the spoiler. It is molded in white and then painted in this delicious, nearly matte black finish, or black paint. I like it a lot. I just wish it could peg in the alt mode. It does peg in nice and firmly, though, underneath, so I was really worried that there would be nowhere to store it, but it pegs in there. It's not coming off. That's nice and tight. Now, if you've watched my Wild Rider review, you will know how this transformation goes. We'll start off on the bottom, grab the legs, or I should say grab the underside of the vehicle mode and flip them out to the sides, and that will let you fold out the legs. Yep, just kind of grab it, fold it out, and close those up, and flip down to toes. Then we could turn the whole rear of the vehicle mode around 180, and then stand it up. For the transformation of the front of the vehicle mode, what I like to do is push the hood up a little bit and then pull it down. That'll give you enough clearance for your fingernail to get in and flip around the front windscreen. Then you can take the entire top of the alt mode and flip it behind the figure. Fold out the arms, pop open the chest to flip up the head, close that chest up, and then flip out the fists. And we're practically done, but you can make this a little bit neater on the back. So you can either fold it up and then hinge it down, or you can unpeg the front wheel wells and then flip the entire section down like that. That's kind of the way I prefer to do it. The painting on Breakdown is minimal, but I'm okay with that because Breakdown wasn't always the most detailed character in the world. The chest is very nice, I like it quite a bit, and I love the head sculpt. The chest has great detail, great molding, even if there are two screw holes for his dual belly buttons. And yeah, this whole molding works really well. I would have liked a little bit more, I don't know, contrast, but we've got plenty of contrast with that head sculpt. Oh, it's a beauty. Yeah, it's blocky, it's Decepticon-y, it's kind of generic, but the dark blue with the bright red and those yellow eyes. It's those yellow eyes on the red that work incredibly well for me. I love it. One odd thing, though, is you see that black thing on the back? That's black clear plastic. Or translucent plastic, at least. So this thing's supposed to have light piping, which doesn't make any sense because his face and eyes are painted. So recolor at some point? I hate the spoiler as a weapon. I absolutely hate it. It looks so stupid, and the way he has to hold it with one of the pegs doesn't really work because the pegs are too short. You see how it's angled there? It's just barely able to fit into his hand because the pegs are too short compared with the, rest of his forearm. It's so stupid. The only other way is to kind of put it like this, and that looks even dumber. It looks like he's trying to fly a paper airplane, not hold a spoiler knife weapon. It is able to be pegged into the gun, but that just limits the gun's ability to, be a gun. I mean, that looks ridiculous. And that's with the thing, or that's with the spoiler over the front. If you try to put it over the back, yes, it does technically work, but then the pegs get in the way of the arm when you bring the arm up. I mean, you can't even go 90 degrees. You could go about that far. I mean, that does look better, but it's still really stupid. Now, the barrel of the gun can be held, and then you can use this little spoiler axe, but then, again, because of the thickness of the gun, it just doesn't work. It's just stupid. That does look better. Like, I mean, if you have him posed like this, and you have him so he's got a spoiler facing forward, but as soon as you look behind it, it's obviously you're holding a gun wrong, dude. Posability for this guy is pretty good. Head is on a swivel. There is a swivel and hinge in the shoulder. Upper bicep swivel. Bend at the elbow is 90 degrees. No fist articulation. Torso swivel. Legs can kick forward, can kick back, can kick out. Thigh swivel. Bend at the knee is just over 90 degrees. And then the foot rocker. Ooh, lots of forward movement, no back movement. Side to side is pretty darn good. I do appreciate that Breakdown can Van Damme. I just love that. If you're wondering how he looks combined, well, just look at Wild Rider. He does the same thing, and this is going to peg into the back of Motormaster's lower legs, pretty much. So, yeah, it's just this. I don't need to show that to you, do I? Nah, you can guess. I like Breakdown quite a bit. I just wish this figure was his own unique mold. But given the way that the Stunticons merge into Menasor, I can understand why he isn't. It does make a bit of sense. Now, the original Generation 1 toys were different alt modes, but they had the exact same transformations, specifically Wild Rider and Breakdown. So I kind of forgive it. And let's face it, this set as a whole is pretty darn good. If we only have one retool, that's a win in my book. Compared to what we got in Combiner Wars, I'm very happy that we only have one of them being a retool, and I'm fine with it being Breakdown. A question for you folks, if you have this figure, have you found out where you could store this thing on Breakdown so that it doesn't look like it's completely out of place and ridiculous? Because I have not. I've tried on the back of the legs, but that really prevents him from posing one of the legs well, and then if you put it off to the side, it looks even stupider. So I'm not sure what to do with the spoiler when it's not in vehicle mode, and I don't like him holding it because it looks dumb. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what you think of Breakdown down in the comments, and I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.